Hey, welcome back to the home of Original Sports Perspective. From our couch to yours, this is your host, Jermaine Lockett, your couch rider Raven. Thanks for rocking with me. I appreciate you. Before we get started, I got to pass that collection plate. So here it is, going around. Please hit the like button, hit the subscribe, and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. When I say when you know it's going down, I mean so that you know when I am posting. And I want you to be there. I want you to be a part of it. If you're just hitting the subscribe button, I appreciate you. That means you are partially committed. But if you are hitting the bell, that gives you that notification to let you know, hey, I have just put some magic on film. So please hit the subscribe button and smack that bell so you know when it's going down. Thanks for y'all sticking around with me. Today I'm going to rant. I'm going to talk about Harbaugh. I'm going to talk about Wink. I'm going to talk about Bateman, Andrews, and LJ. So let's get this thing going. I want to start off with Harbaugh, but I really should start off with Justin Tucker because Justin is the greatest kicker of all time, and I feel like he should be ticked off. He should be fully pissed right now because Harbaugh is not giving him those opportunities to put him in the position to get us into overtime. I feel like Harbaugh and Justin Tucker should go aside and they should talk, and Tucker should go ahead and place his foot or break it off in Harbaugh's butt to let him know, hey, I'm this accurate, I'm like that, you need me, put me in the game. Anyway, let's move forward. Of course, I'm kidding. I'm pretty sure the relationship is good. It's just that he needs to be utilized a little bit more instead of going for two. Harbaugh is Riverboat Ron. I don't know what is going on. It's just you take off the Scooby-Doo mask, there's Riverboat Ron. Because Harbaugh has gone for it like 21 times on fourth down and has succeeded 14 times. So it's the second highest rate in the league other than Indianapolis. So that's successful. That's good. We can appreciate that. But he's also 33% on 2-point conversions. My God, I know some of those were needed in order to get us in better position to win games. But some of those just weren't needed. They were not needed at all. And it's kind of frustrating when we constantly are seeing that we're not getting these 2-point conversions, and we could have went for one instead, kicked the extra point, and been in a better position. In this situation, it didn't matter. It honestly didn't matter. People were arguing back and forth. It was a good decision. It was a bad decision. Look, I'll be honest with you. With 40-some seconds left, Aaron Rodgers could have came back anyway. So this 1 point could have put the team in better position to take them to overtime, giving a better chance to win. So in my opinion, it was a bad decision. However, if I am doing this play, this 2-point conversion, one, it's my decision. It is ultimately my decision as the head coach to make a tough call in a tough situation. That's what they pay me $9 million a year for. If I was John Harbaugh, I'm not getting paid $9 million a year. So if y'all want to go ahead and hit the cash app, please do. Shameless plug. Yes. Anyway. But if I'm getting paid $9 million a year as a head coach, I'm making that tough call, and this team is going to ride behind me with it. That is why those coaches are there getting paid to make those decisions. Don't sit there and poll your audience like, hey, we're going to phone a friend. Hey, would you like to go for it? Look, I got kids, and if they want to stay up all night, and should I go to them and say, hey, you want to stay up all night? I know what the response is going to be, but I also know what the impact of that decision will be. In the morning, they're going to be little terrorists. They're not going to want to do anything. These players are built competitors. They have been programmed to compete. If you ask them, do they want to sit down and go for the extra point, or do they want to put the game in their hands and win? Of course, they are competitors. They are going to say, yes, I want to go for it. So Harbaugh, make the decisions on your own. This is your job. Back to the decision. If, let's just say, we make that play call, why not go with a play that has worked very well? It worked against the Seahawks. It worked against the Chiefs. I feel like QB veer should be your top play when it comes to picking up a couple of yards for a first down or a touchdown. You put all the heavies on the field and you give it to your most explosive player on the field. Well, of course, Andrews looked like the most explosive player on the field that day. But the most electrifying player on the field, who is almost like a carbon copy of Lamar Jackson, give this guy the ball. Put the heavies on the field and run that QB veer. They would have gotten the end zone, no problem. No question they would have gotten to the end zone because it's in his hands to choose what gap he wants to go through, and it confuses the heck out of the defense. Let's get it, let's go. They would have been able to get that 2 points. But like I said, with 40-some seconds on the clock, Aaron is kind of magic, and he would have came back and tried to get that field goal. I would have felt better if we had tied it up and went to overtime if we could have stopped Rodgers in the first place. So anyway, it's over and done with. I was a little hot about it, but a good job on the Ravens to make a heck of a comeback. That's a good job on the offense coordinators and defensive coordinators. Y'all have to give them credit in the good, and y'all have to come after them when it's bad, because y'all just seem to come after them when things are going bad. Good coaching for the most part. I am still a Raven. I'm still rocking with you. I just had to take a day off, for my personal health with it, because I was a little frustrated. Sorry if y'all saw me go off on the show. It was all emotions. It's kind of why sometimes I don't like to go live, because my emotions just take over, and then the analytics just goes out the window. Moving forward. So let's talk about Wink Martindale. So Wink, this guy normally blitzes like 46% of the time. What was the case on Sunday? I don't understand why you would sit here and only send 4. I get that it's a numbers game, but if you're playing zone and doing zone blitzes, then they're going to give you guys an opportunity on the back end to not have to cover as long. When it comes to playing man coverage and then just only sending 4, you're having your DBs cover a little bit longer and things end up going bad. I would like to see a little bit more blitzing when it comes to quarterbacks like Aaron Rodgers, because they take 2.5 sacks a game. We got 2 up out of them. We could have got more, and we could have had this guy seeing ghosts out there if you had sent the same amount of blitzes that you normally send. So bring the house. Be you, Wink. Be unapologetic and be you, and send that house and everybody. We need them blitz. We need a blitz power. Let's keep it going. Let's not do anything different than what we were previously doing. Let's get the blitz home. Next up, Rashod Bateman. What is going on with this guy? Like, what is going on with the choices not to game plan him into this offense? Like, sometimes you need to build plays specifically for this guy and take advantage of those plays and be bold enough to toss that rock. He is a 50-50 ball guy. We've drafted him for a reason. Why get an expensive toy and not use it? It goes back to Hollywood Brown saying, hey, why do we have soldiers if we're not going to use them? He is an X receiver like we have never had. I guess we could say Bolden, but he is an X receiver like we have never had out of a rookie before. He is phenomenal. Throw that ball up. It is shown like, hey, when he gets above 3 catches a game, things get rolling on offense. He gets above 50 yards if he gets more than 3 catches. Y'all said, like, I can see one game he blows it up, and the next game he's not even targeted but once. On one target? Come on. Like, I'm looking at the Dolphins game. The Dolphins game, this guy had 13.3 yards per catch. The team had 5.5 yards per catch. Message. Get this man the ball. Look at the Vikings game. He had 10.4 yards per catch. The rest of the team, 6.5 yards per catch. So he had 52 yards in that game against the Vikings. He had 80 yards. 6 catches for 80 yards against the Dolphins. You can look at the Browns game. So the team got 165 yards. Bateman still had 4 catches for 31 yards. I need to involve him more. Go back to the Bears game. We're talking 9.7 yards per catch. While the rest of the team, or as a whole, 6.1 yards per catch. And he only got 29 yards out of that. We need to involve this guy more in the offense. Go back and look at the Steelers game. 6.8 yards per catch was what the team had. But he had 1 target, 0 catches. Then go back to the big Browns game, most recent Browns game. 9.25 yards per catch was what the rest of the team had. Bateman had 14.7 yards per catch, 7 catches with 103 yards. 103 yards and what should have been a touchdown. Just saying. He brings this team up. He elevates this team. You need a guy like that. And when you're not involving him and only giving him 1 catch for 5 yards against Green Bay, it does not help the team out. Baltimore does not need to play from behind, and they don't have to as long as they are using Rashod Bateman. He can elevate this team. Target him, throw those 50-50 balls, get it out there, get it done. Let's move forward. I know y'all been talking. Everybody's been talking because of the performance of Tyler Huntley. I love Tyler Huntley. He is phenomenal. He comes in full-on carbon copy, but there are some differences when it comes to the two between Lamar Jackson and Tyler Huntley. Tyler likes to sling it on the outside. He likes to sling it deep and on the outside. Lamar is your underneath and also your middle of the field type of guy. Those are the two differences between these players. But they are both exceptional players. The only thing I'm going to say on this, I'm not saying one's better than the other, but I will say this. When it comes to Lamar Jackson's contract this season, it could be a factor. Not saying that Huntley's going to be the guy and Lamar, they're not going to sign Lamar, but they can use it as leverage, saying, hey, we have good insurance. Should you decide to sign a franchise tag after that, after we use that 5th-year option, they have decent insurance for the future if Lamar decides to be difficult in contract negotiations, which I hope doesn't happen. I really do. I think Lamar loves Baltimore. I think he wants to be here, and I think they'll get the contract done. But I think it may affect his overall number as far as the millions if Huntley continues to produce at this high level that he is right now. We could see Sunday that quarterback was not the issue when it came to this game. There were other issues, such as coaching. There were factors, but quarterback was not the issue. Thank you, Huntley, for being that dude. All right. And then as far as the haters of Lamar, check it, folks. Y'all get quiet, so very quiet when Lamar does good. And then when Lamar does bad, you be talking again. You be talking again. I'm hoping Lamar shuts y'all up. I'm hoping he is healthy this week. That way that we can take down those Bungles and take back the AFC North crown, because we need that. We need to be able to get into the playoffs. It's pretty much either AFC North crown or bust, because the division and the conference is just entirely too close to not take that crown. We must have this win this Sunday. That is just about all I have for you today. So let's review. Let's talk about Harbs, stop all the gambling, and trust in Tucker. Get this thing to overtime sometimes if we need be, and take that W that way. Trust in your team to get done, but also make the decisions on your own. Number 2, wink. Continue to be you, baby. Blitz like crazy. You need to do this. We need this. Get that pressure. Pressure bust pipes. Number 3, Bateman. Get involved. They need a scheme around Bateman. Get this thing going in the direction that involves him big time. 50-50 balls are his thing. A little bit more Bateman, a little bit less Mandrew. I love Mandrews, but at the same time, got to have that even distribution, because we got some stars on this team. And then the controversy. There's no controversy in Baltimore. Lamar is that dude. Stop all the hating. Let's get this thing going, Ravens. Stop fighting amongst yourselves. It seems like we are some of the worst fans out there when it comes to arguing amongst ourselves. We'll be okay. Join together, unite, because we need to be united to be fans against these Bengals and these other teams going forward. It's a tough stretch. Hopefully we can get there. All right. Now that that's said, I want to tell you I got a special guest coming on. This guy is an entertainer. He is a philosopher. He is a motivator, and he is my guy. He is my friend for a very long time. Trevor Hudson is coming on the show tomorrow at 10 Central. I cannot wait to have him on the show. We're just going to sit here and talk Ravens. He can talk about NBA. He can talk about NFL. He might be able to talk about skiing. I mean, everything. This guy is a very talented sports whiz, philosopher, life coach, you name it. Can't wait to have him on the show, and he is very entertaining, very funny. So thanks for tuning in. Thanks for tuning in to the home of original sports perspective. From our couch to yours, this is your host, Jermaine Lockett. Hey, thanks for rocking with me. 2 claps, fade to black.